Hey guys, this is the demo of Rodeo, the super app by Appscrip.com. So Rodeo is a super app built on the likes of Grab, Gojek, Careem, Glovo, right, Rappi. So if you've seen apps like these, this is something similar to that. We've taken inspiration from all these different products and sort of put them together in one app, right? So the deal section is more like what you would see on Carousel or OLX, right? These are the popular ones, or Dubizzle in the Middle East. So this is built similar to that, where you could see deals around you. Then we have restaurants, which is similar to DoorDash, right? Deliveroo, DoorDash, Zomato, Uber Eats, right? Where you want to order food from different restaurants around you. Then we have groceries, which has been inspired from Instacart. So if you've seen Instacart, it lists grocery stores around you and lets you order groceries, right? So that's the inspiration. Then we have pharmacies, which lets you order, drugs or let's say pharmaceutical products that need prescription and also which do not need prescription. So we support both. Shopping is for it's listing retail stores around you and lets you shop from retail stores around your location. Services is built on the likes of Urban Company in India, or if you've seen popular services app like Grab services. So it's taken inspiration from these, and in the US, North America, you may have seen TaskRabbit, Thumbtack, Airtasker. So if you're looking to build something like that, then that's built into the super app, right? So I can order handyman services from around my location. Healthcare is built for booking appointments with doctors and physicians around you. You could book appointments for a visit at the doctor's clinic, or you can get doctors at home, mobile healthcare, or for doing tele-appointments. We also support rideshare, pure rideshare, which is more like what Uber and Careem does, right? You could actually go and book a cab around you. Packages for sending products from A address to B address. So that's the package flow. And this is how the home screen looks. It shows you the popular stores in different categories around you, right? We also have an AI assistant in here. So you could have a conversation with an AI assistant and, sort of have the AI assistant, book services for you. It operates more as a AI concierge. Then we have a profile page. This is where we can maintain our profile. So now let me walk you through each individual flow from the customer perspective. If I want to book a rideshare, I'll click on the auto, and here we support different kinds of rideshare options. We support city rides, right? That's for booking rides from A to B within the same city. We also support rentals. If I want to reserve a vehicle for X hours in the day, right? I can also do a now booking, or I could do a scheduled booking. So we support both. So let me show you how a now booking would work. I'll take my current address on top. I can select a drop address, so I can search for one. Let me look for the airport, for example, and it'll show me the airport here in Bangalore. I can say done. We can also book a ride for myself, or I could book for somebody else. That's supported within the app. We get different vehicle types. Right now we just have one vehicle type set up, so you can see the fare over there. We support the concept of promo codes. If you have a promo code, you could get discounts. We also support different payment methods. Bonus points are loyalty points that you earn by doing transactions on the app. So we have a built-in loyalty program within the product. Wallet is a cash wallet. I could see my cash balance in my prepaid wallet, right? This is very useful in countries which don't support complete online payment methods. Then we have cash orders and we have online orders. So we support both, right? Now, so let me just do a cash booking for the demo. And what you see here is it shows you an ETA, it plots the path from the pickup and drop, right? So that's in here. Let me confirm a booking. It shows me the nearest cab is about a minute away. I could confirm this pickup spot, and once it's confirmed, it sends the booking out to riders or drivers around me, and the nearest driver who's willing to take the ride can accept it, right? So I can wait just to have a driver partner pick up the ride. So if they accept it, it would get assigned to that driver, and I would get the confirmation details on my screen. So I'm just waiting for somebody to accept it. So once the ride is booked, if I come back to the homepage of the ride flow, I can see the details of the cab that was booked for me. And we have different options here. We can call the driver, we can chat with the driver, right? So we have all these options. We have an inbuilt chat, right? This is built in, and we have an option to cancel the trip as well, right? For different reasons. So this is how the rideshare works at a high level. Now let me show you the other flows on the app. So let me walk through the restaurant flow where you could, like DoorDash or Uber Eats, order food from restaurants around me. So we see these are the restaurants that we have set up for the demo. We've got some of these set up. I can choose from different cuisines. I can, we can apply filters and sort these restaurants by different filters, ratings, cost per two, cuisines. All of this data is dynamic and it's coming from the backend CMS. So I can select Cafe Coffee Day. We've got a menu set up over here. So this is how the menu looks for every restaurant. We can get information about each restaurant by clicking on the info. We can get their timings, gallery, reviews, if they have any terms and conditions, all of that can be seen here. I can add it to my favorites as well. If I like this restaurant, I can just mark that as a favorite. We support table reservations, so we can click on the book a table and actually reserve a table in case the restaurant supports it, right? So we walk you through the entire flow here. I could just say wedding. I can also do a pre-order and add dishes if I want to, or I could just do a reservation, right? So we can make a reservation by using the wallet, or we could use a card, any one of these things, right? Now we can browse through the menu. We have a nice little category browser here. I could choose different categories and browse through those. And wherever you see an option to customize, that product potentially has, add-ons and modifiers available, right? So let me choose a chicken wrap. I have here, you can see that these are two variations that I have, the wrap large or wrap regular, and we have different sauces. So all of this can be set up from the backend. So let me quickly add that to my cart. If I'm happy with what I got, I can just go in there. I can increase the quantity and it'll ask me if I want to repeat the customizations or make a new one. So I'm just gonna say repeat, and it would add two quantities of the same product, and I can see a full breakdown. I can see my delivery address here, so we can select the default one, and I could change it directly from here. Now we support different flows. We support self pickup. That basically means I can go to the restaurant, just pre-book my meal and go pick it up myself, or I could have it delivered to my home. So I'm just going to go with the delivery flow. So I'm going to click on delivery, choose the address, and go in here. I can either do a deliver ASAP, or I could also do a scheduled delivery in case I want to get this delivered at a certain date and time. So I'm just going to go with the ASAP delivery. And here we have different payment options. I could do a pay with card, I could do a wallet. So I'm just going to go with pay on delivery. It's going to be like cash, and get me this quick. I can add delivery instructions, and I can choose a promo code if I have one. I get the whole price breakdown here. I can confirm and place the order. So this is how the flow would work for a restaurant order really on Rodeo, right? We also have a built-in search. I could search for products. I could search for, let's say, pizzas. It'll tell me restaurants that have pizzas, or it'll tell me, you can also do a product search or a dish search, right? So that's all built in, and yeah, that covers the restaurant flow. Let me show you how the live track works as well. So if I go to the bookings and orders, I can see the track option here. This is the order that I just placed for the restaurant flow, and here I can see that the food is being prepared. So we also have an inbuilt chat, so I can actually chat with the store, right? So we have a real-time chat engine built in as well. This is between the store manager and the customer, and I could also call the store from here in case of any issues, right? So once the store is, they can update the status in real time when it's ready for pickup. That basically means the order is ready for pickup, and the delivery partner will go to the store and pick up the order. That's what it means, right? So these statuses are updated in real time, right? And like I can see this chat message that came through from the partner, from the restaurant. So now you can see that the status updated. Its order is ready for pickup and is waiting for a partner to be assigned. So that whole, once the partner is assigned, I'll be able to live track on this page. But let me show you that a little later. Let's get to the next flow, which is, doing the Instamart-like experience where I could go and order something from a particular store, right? So we have different stores around here. We have More Market, Smart Bazaar. If there's a deal running, any one of those, I can see that right here. So let's go to the More Market store here. I see that there are different categories of products set up and everything here, right? So I could add this, if I go to the product detail page, I could add different, if there is no variation, I'll just add this particular apple to my cart. I can see different information about the product. So this is all something that we can manage from the back end. We have rating reviews, who the seller is, all of that stuff is all built in, right? and I can, if the product has variations, and we also have configured the option to select different variations. Like for here, in this case, this product has 2 variations. I can choose one of them here and add that to my cart. I can go to cart. This is how my cart looks, right? And again, here, just like restaurants, we have an option to go do a self pickup. That basically means I can go to the store and pick it up myself, or I could choose to have this delivered. So I'm just going to choose delivery, and it'll ask me found this delivered now or later. I'm just going to go in and ask it to be delivered right now. I can change my payment method. So let me just go with card for the time being. And once I've got that, I could add a tip for the partner as well if I want. I can change the delivery. I can choose contactless delivery. So let's just go with whatever is standard. Go submit the order. Once I submit the order, the partner, the manager app at the store, or let's say the picker, right, would get notified that there's a new order. And just like on the food flow, I can go track the status live. And here the status is a little different. You may notice, we have a option for order accepted, picking started, the pick pack flow that you guys may have seen on Instacart. So now I know that the picking has started. So that basically means the picker is in the warehouse or in the store, and he's going and picking products, right? So the picker can confirm when a particular product is picked, and I would get that update in real time. If a particular product is not available, there's an option for the picker to recommend an alternate or a substitute product. If I chat with the picker and ask him to add a product, right, I can also ask him to add Coke, right? If I add Coke, and if the Coke is available in the store, the picker can also recommend, or add a new product, and that goes through an approval process. That basically means I have to approve that suggestion, and if approved, it gets added to my order. So this all happens in real time on the product. So right now the picker is shopped for one, so I know that is found and that's picked. Now I get an update that there's another one that's been picked, and I'm just waiting for the last pickup to happen. Or if the product is not available, the picker can actually say that it's not available, and he could just not pick the product, right? And then it's up to me to be confirm if I'm okay with that or not, right? So now the entire product is being shopped, so the picking is basically been completed, and the picker would then send that to the packer. The packer would pack the the delivery and have it ready for the partner to be picked up, right? So that's the whole flow of how it works. Once the driver is assigned, I'll also get a live track option here, just like on the food flow, where I can actually track the driver live as well, right? And if I at any point want to see the details of my order, I go see that here, including all the financial details, the payment method, and everything that I selected. So that's how the whole flow works on the picker, packer, and track side on the grocery flow. Now I go to the pharmacies flow, right? Now on the pharmacy flow, I'll be able to see pharmacies around me. I can decide which one I want to pick up. I can go to, which one I want to order, medications from. I go to Apollo Pharmacy. Here you would see that I have an option to create my own medicine list, which is very popular in the case that, if I have a sick parent at home, for example, you may want to create a list, because that's the most frequently ordered product you have from the pharmacy. If I have any prescriptions saved, I can open them from here, because a prescription is important for for certain, let's say, medications that cannot be sold without a prescription. So we have different categories of products here. Wherever it says RX, that basically means that if I want to order that, I need to upload a prescription. So I'm going to just click on choose a particular variant. I'm going to order that and add that to my cart. So that gets added. So I can see my cart here, right? And here is a check in place where it says that I need to add items for more than worth 100 more to be spent. So there's a minimum order policy from that pharmacy. So I got to add like another 100 rupees. So I'm just going to increase the quantity. So it says item requiring prescription. So that basically means if I want to order this medication, I need to provide a prescription. So I can choose one from my past prescriptions. I can choose one from the gallery, or I can add one from the camera. Right, so I'm just going to choose just a placeholder prescription for the moment, and I can confirm the address. And once that's done, I can say delivery now or delivery ASAP. I'm just going to say delivery now. I can pay with my card, so that's done. The card system is PCI compliant. We support different payment gateways, different payment processors, which depend on which country we want to, where our customers want to launch the app in. So we can go change that whenever we want. I had a tip for my partner. This is the confirmation page where I can see all the information in one place. I confirm and submit the order. So that's done. Once that's done, the partner pharmacy would get notified of the order, and it's very important that they receive it. Once they receive it, then they have to first approve the prescription. If the prescription is approved, only then can the order proceed, right? So then the flow would be very similar to what I just showed you on the grocery side. So I'm just going to skip this for the moment, and let's go to the next service, right? So I'm going to take up the services module now, and I'll show you how it works if I want to book some sort of a handyman service from around me. I'm going to book a therapist for men, so I'm going to select that first here. So I've selected massage for men, and it shows me different therapists here which I can select. So I can select John, Mountain, Trimmer. So I'm just going to select this guy here, and then it shows me the rate card from this particular provider. Now we could change this UX around so it's completely flexible. If I want to make it service first, I can make that. Like if you're doing an urban company model where you don't want to show the providers but just show services, we can make that happen. On our default, we show an aggregation, so you can select the providers and then choose which provider you want to work with. So I can add this service from the list, and I can see the rating reviews of past customers. I add that to my list, and I can say done. If I'm okay with this, I just say go to cart. Now here it shows me a summary of when I'm booking this for, who the preferred staff is. So if I've been working with a therapist, so if I have an option, like let's say if it's like this particular business was they have their own set of employees. So if I've worked with a particular therapist from within that business, I can go for that preference. So if I have Rajkumar, so I'm going to select this guy because that's my preferred therapist. So that would go to the business like this Trimmer, which is a sort of company that offers men's spa as a service. They would know that I have a preference for a particular therapist. So I can see the details of the service. I can add additional information, any photos, notes that I would like. I want this service at home, so I'm just going to go with that. If I have a promote, I can apply that. If I have a tip, I can add that in as well. So when you book with tips, sometimes the likelihood of you finding a match with the provider goes up, right? So I'm just going to confirm that and place the order for the therapy at home. And as soon as I do that, I can start tracking it live. So I know when the booking is being submitted and when the staff is on the way. So here the difference is that the service will start only once they arrive at my location. So that basically means the next status would be the staff confirming. So we auto confirm the order right now. And when the staff is on the way, I would get an alert that they're on the way and I can start tracking them live. So I'll just wait for the therapist to confirm, right? And once they confirm and they're on the way, I'll get the update on the app, right? If I want to see the list of services ordered, I can always go to the order history and I can see the whole information. Now here, if I want to reschedule the service for whatever reasons, I can do that, and I can reschedule till the point that the therapist is not on the way, right? And I can see if I want to cancel the order, I also get an option for cancelling the order. So that's all built into the product itself, right? So that's in there. So I can see that the booking has been confirmed by the business, which is Trimmers, and once they're ready, I can get the information when they're on the way. So now I'm going to go with the next service on the super app, which is the services flow. So I'm going to click on the services icon, and I see the list of service categories that are around me. So all these categories can change based on location, and this can all be configured from the admin. They're all geo-sensitive, so with different cities, you could have different set of services. And I'm going to go with salon for men as a subcategory, right? So now here we show you a list of service providers and we show you a list of businesses around us. So the icon on the image, that denotes a business, right? So, and businesses may have a set of their own staff on the platform. So I'm going to go with Trimmers. That's the business I've worked with in the past. And I'm going to select a service here. So I'm going to select the manicure, pedicure, say done. I go to my cart. I've worked in the past with KUs, I'm going to go with him, and I'm going to go for different options. I have service at home, if I want to go to the vendor's location, or I want to do a telecall, right? So we support all three kinds. I'm going to go with vendor location this time, right? Because let's say I want to go to my salon and go in there for an appointment, and I'll just throw in a tip there. So I'm going to go for that, and I'm going to pay with my card. So once that's done, it would confirm my order and I can get directions to my salon, right? So in case I want to know how to get there. So I go to track and here it shows me the salon location, and I have this map integration where it will give me the driving directions to get to that space, to get to that spot. Once I get there, I can say I'm at the provider's location. So it would inform the provider that I'm there and ready for the appointment. I can at any point chat with the provider. This is the staff that I had booked, so I can chat with Mr. Keyur. I can give him a call, so all that stuff is built in. And once Keyur sits me on the chair in the salon, he can start the service, right? And that would start a timer in there. So that'll tell me how long the appointment went on for. I can also chat with Keyur, but if I want to, I can give him a call, but I'm already sitting there, so that's not needed. And then I can complete the service when it's done, right? And at the end of it, I get an option to rate my experience, right? So this whole thing is built in as well. I could submit my rating and that would show up on Keyur's profile for future customers. So that's how the booking flow works in the service module for booking an appointment at the vendor's location. Now the same thing can be done for a tele appointment and for a service at home, right? Now I'm going to go for the cool category, which is very important, which is healthcare. And I can see different kind of specialists around me: physicians, vascular surgery, emergency, family medicine, primary care. I could also look for people based on symptoms, right? So because people sometimes have a cold and they're looking for doctors who can help them fix it. Like in this case, let me go for dermatology specialty, right? And please note that we could book a doctor at home. We could book a doctor at, if I want to book an appointment at the clinic, I can do that. I can also do a tele appointment. So let's do a dermatologist appointment, right? So I can see different profiles around me. I have City Hospital, which is a hospital. That basically means the hospital may have a set of their own specialists listed, or I could also find independent consultants like Miss Priyanka Sharon, who's an independent consultant, right? So I could also go book her. So I'm going to go in and select City Hospital, right? And I can see the list of doctors around, who can help me out, right? I can, for each doctor, I can see what their profile looks like. I can go in there, I can see what they do, right? I can see the services or specialties they have, right? I can see information about the hospital itself on the info tab. I can see reviews of past customers who've worked with that hospital. So I'm going to go with Mr. Dr. Atul Grover. I'm going to do a tele appointment in this case, right? I want a tele appointment for today, and let me confirm that appointment. And I'll go to my card. I'm just going to put in a number here. Okay, cool. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Submit that, right? So you need a ID number in some sense to confirm. That's very important for regulatory reasons. And I can say I'm booking the appointment for myself, or I could add dependents, right? So that's all supported in the app. I can also, choose my preferred doctor. And do you have insurance? I can say no, yes, right? I can say yes, and it'll ask me to select which insurance I have. So for the moment, for the demos, I'll just say no. If I have a promo code, I could apply that, and I'll confirm the appointment, right? I'm going to play with my card. So get in there, confirm the appointment. So once that's done, I come back to my appointments page. I could see the details of the appointment, right? I can reschedule it. And if I'm ready, I could also join it. So I click on join. I'll have to wait for the doctor to start the call. So once the doctor is ready, I would be notified and I could potentially join the call from there, right? So I'm just going to wait for the doctor to get set for me, right? And when they're ready, I can join the call. So I'm going to click on join, and then we have a integration Zoom. So this is me. I'm going to click on join, and that would start the appointment here. This is HIPAA compliant. We're using Zoom for our calls, and that makes it compliant for us. So that's the flow of how the booking would work on a tele appointment, right? And I could do the same thing, and I could book doctor at home. I could book a home visit. I could go do a clinic visit like how I just did for the service module. So now I'll show you guys the send package flow. So I'll click on the package option. When I click on that, it'll ask me for a pickup address. I'm just going to I'm just going to select one of the saved addresses. I'll select a drop address, and I'll add some items. I'm just gonna choose personal notes. I'm just gonna say test. I'm just gonna save that. Once that is done, the system will calculate a fee and it'll tell me how much it's gonna cost me. So it's gonna say 22 bucks. I'm just gonna add a big tip in there just to make the driver more incentivized. So I'm just gonna put in a $500 here. I'll check out and I will say I'm gonna pay with my card. I'll confirm and place the order. So once that is done, it would send the request out and I'll just wait for a driver to get assigned. So I'll click on the track option here and I can see that I can see where I need this dropped. Somebody to get take this load up, right? And while I'm doing that, I can go and see the information of my note, so I can see what I'm gonna get charged. Show me the full breakdown here, right? I can see who the receiver is, and if I have an option, I can also select the help option. The help option is integrated with some ticketing system like Zendesk, so I can use one of those. And I'm just gonna wait. So I think one driver just got the booking, and once he accepts it, I would be able to show the whole live track flow work here, right? So while I wait for the driver to accept, I'm just gonna go show you my profile page. So we can see our wallet in here. I can add money to my wallet, right? And that's the prepaid wallet. I can add a card. I can manage my addresses. I have a help center. We also support multiple languages. So if you want to support multiple languages, we have support for that. I can see FAQs. These can all be managed from the back end. The privacy policy about the system. I can manage my own profile page from here, right? So all of this is managed and from the app directly. So if I go to the track, I see that, hey, some guy has picked up my booking. So I can see it's Inayat and he's at the pickup location. So then when he updates the status, I will get the information about that. So once the items have been picked up, I'll give it to him, I'll hand it over to him, and once that is done, he'll be on the way to delivery. So while picking up, he'll upload a proof of pickup, and while delivering, he'll upload a proof of drop. So it's called POP and POD. So all of that will also be provided by the rider, right, in this delivery flow. So just waiting for him to update the status. Once he does that, I can see the POP. Right, and this is something that he uploaded from his device camera, and once the driver is on the way and he arrives at the delivery location, he can upload the POD and that would complete the whole send package flow, right? So I'll just wait for him to quickly update that, and once that is done, I can complete the flow of this piece. So in the meanwhile, I'll show you the my orders page here. So you can track the order history for different types of services, so we can all track it in one central place. It just makes life easy for us to just to manage everything. And that's the my orders page, and we can also add additional services, like in some cases we've added for some customers integrations with travel APIs and donation APIs and payment APIs. So all of that stuff can be done by integration with third-party services. So that pretty much wraps up the flow of the app. Do let me know if you guys have any queries. It's a big product, so we'll be making several videos of the app for individual flows so that you guys understand each flow a lot better. But feel free to reach out to me. My name is Rahul Sharma. I'm the founder of Appscrip. I can be reached on dreamer@appscrip.com. Thank you very much.